Hi traders, and welcome to the Technical Analysis Market Watch on Friday, the 17th of October. So I've seen a relatively active week this week with a lot of the key indices and currencies starting to move. So we'll jump straight into the charts and see if we can identify any trades for today or early into next week. All right, today we're going to start out with the US dollar CAD because this has been one that's really starting to build up some momentum on the upside. And we can see that we've got a series of higher highs and higher lows, obviously, through the daily once we did get that breakthrough, which is really important. But this week it's broken and properly broken a really key zone in that 140 area. You can see here that we've broken through there, and although it's attempted to go higher, it's still trading relatively strong compared to where the previous price action is. So really what we're looking for here is another break above that sort of 140.80 zone. If we get a daily close above there, I think we've really got some strong push up for another 100 pips. So I reckon probably this area here is the area I'd be targeting, which is around that 141.80 area. We know that we had resistance there. It bounced off that level there. Very, very strong support at this zone here and very high interaction levels at around this back in April. So this will be our target for the US dollar CAD. I think all we need to see now is basically a daily close above the 140.80. And I think that we've got a really strong opportunity to try and bridge that gap for that 100 pips. If you go to the smaller time frame, even on the 4 hour, as small as the 4 hour, you can actually see that we've got some really good higher low sequences happening, pullbacks to the 20 moving average, and then off it goes. So really another break above here, even on the 4 hour, will give us that lightning bolt effect that we're looking for, and then we'll try and aim for that one. I wouldn't be looking for any shorting opportunities on this one just yet, because realistically the majority of the price action is very, very strong. As you can see, extraordinarily strong momentum with this one. So really, really good trading. Hopefully you're able to take advantage of some of that, because we've been talking about the CAD for a little while now. So really, really good there. All right, let's move over to the dollar index now. And this has been another one that's been playing the game quite well recently. You can see the high low sequences that we've been talking about for quite some time bounce off through there. This pullback to the 20 moving average is a very important zone though. So as you can see, we've got these highs right through here, where price was effectively selling off every time. I'll pop a horizontal line there that you can see that as well. Very strong support through this area, resistance, support, and resistance all the way through. So this is a very strong role reversal area, and we've got the 20 moving average trying to bolster it up. Very, very important that it holds here to maintain the sequence of momentum. If we get a close below the 20 moving average and we start to push down, we are going to see potential for effectively a breakdown of this momentum, and we don't really want that, because ideally in a perfect world we do want some strong price action above these one sort of 98.50 zone. We really want to see it push up to that 100.50 level, which is going to really spell quite a bit of trouble for the euro, but that is, I think, good for the overall price sequence of the economy. So let's hope it holds up. And as you can see, we don't need a hell of a lot of action to do that. We just want to see a rollover here. We need the 20 to hold up. We need this level here at the 98.50 to hold up. Series of higher highs and higher lows on a smaller time frame, and hopefully off we go. The first instance trade will be up to around that sort of 99.50, which is a bit of a short on the euro. Effectively the best way to play that one, and then a break of that zone, and then we're looking for the secondary zone. So not bad trading on the dollar index. Still playing the technical game, but it does need to hold here. We don't want it to go any lower, ideally. Okay, let's move over to gold, which is the absolute powerhouse of the market. It's the story of the market right now. You can see that it's just been an absolute onslaught of movement. Very, very strong. Look, we've been warning for weeks and weeks now, do not attempt to short this, because it's just one of those, it's going on one of those runs. It's absolutely phenomenal. There's no sense of stopping right now. It theoretically, well, not even practically, it could go all the way to 5,000 and no one would even blink an eye, because realistically, it's not taped to anything for a fair value standpoint. It's a defensive, it's a money transfer. There's all sorts of things that make gold work, and right now money is just pouring into it and just pushing it up to highs that are almost unbelievable, but it doesn't mean it's going to stop here. So be really, really careful on trying to counter this trend. The best thing you can do is actually join the trend, like we've been advising for weeks. Wait for pullbacks on the smaller time frames. You're going to get very, very shallow ones, but they're there. If you have a look at let me just fix this up for you. This is a 1 hour chart of the most recent move. Although it looks extraordinarily important to join, if you have a look at the 1 hour chart, there's about 10 or 15 different opportunities to enter into the direction of the trend. I can't begin to even emphasize enough how easy it is to trade in the direction of a very strong trend rather than trying to fight it. So as you can see, higher, low sequences all the way up, pullbacks to the 20 moving average, the things that we've been talking about for many, many years now, the easiest way to trade. And yeah, even if you're only attempting to go to the previous highs and continually just scalping it, really, really easy trading. So hopefully you're able to take advantage of some of that, because it's been one of the easiest trades of 2025 really. And hopefully you've been able to catch a really good portion of it, because it's been very, very strong, very, very exciting to see what it's doing. But again, don't fight this trend. It's extraordinarily important not to do that. On the flip side, and weakness-wise, oil is one that you've really got to pay a lot of attention to as well. It's broken extraordinarily heavy key zones. Like I said last week, it did a very, very good technical in the reversal on the way down. It gave us the lightning bolt. It's given us the equal move. We know that the moves are effectively replicating each other. It happens a lot. This is the second wave, which is effectively complete now. You can see there that that wave equals that wave. Very, very standard. Realistically, though, what you want to be doing is making sure that you don't get too excited about the levels where it's at, that it's going to continue on, because it has found itself at very strong support here. This level between $55 and $56 is very, very heavy in support. You can see we had a very, very big reversal there. So just be mindful that it is approaching a level where we would expect a reversal of some description. It's very, very strong here. So just be mindful of that when you are looking at opportunities to go short. My view would be that I would be looking for a potential support zone here and maybe look for a reversal up to that $60. That would be the way to trade it in my mind. I think if we see, especially if we see the 20 moving average get down there relatively quickly, I think it's only going to take a day or two to actually get down there. And then that will act as another resistance point on the way up, but it's also a market target for a long on a scalping mindset. So you obviously want to keep it relatively short and sharp, your trades on it. But I think a potential reversal, this is very different to gold when we're trying to reverse something. In this instance, we're landing at a very, very heavy support level. And we know there's a lot of important reasons why gold has to be, or oil, has to be around that sort of $60 mark. So what we're looking for is a reversal to the $60, but it needs to do a high, low sequence first, of course. So what we're looking for is a series of higher highs and higher lows on a smaller time frame, like a 1 hour. That would give us the reversal that we're after, and trade up to the 60. I wouldn't be keen on going much shorter on this. I think I'd rather let the short play out, because I think that's a more important trade. Okay, and let's move on to Bitcoin, because I know, look, Thomas and I talked about Bitcoin at the webinar on Tuesday, and how although it looked relatively stable at 115, it could be at 106 by Friday, and here we are. It hit 106 by Friday, or close enough to. It's moving very, very quickly, but it is at a very important zone. And I think we highlighted that on Tuesday, how important this zone at that 106 and 107 is. When we said that it could get there in 2 or 3 days, even though it can do it, obviously, and it did do it, it wasn't that we were expecting it to, but you've got to be mindful that when something like Bitcoin moves so quickly, you've got to anticipate moves that can happen so fast, but also be aware where their support and resistance lies, because if you are trading it, you need to know to be able to get out in time or have a take profit that you can aim for. Now, this is a very important zone, obviously, because you can see here, we've got very, very heavy resistance at that point there. It sold off twice on its way up to there, and then it bounced off this level when it got there last time after creating a new high. It's obviously created a brand new high since then, and it's pushed back all the way down to this level. So if we're going to get a reaction, this is the area that we're going to get a reaction, because if it doesn't and fails to land here and actually find support, the next zone may well be under $100 or $100,000, I should say. So realistically, this is extraordinarily important zone in terms of where Bitcoin lays in the next probably 2 months of trading. If we don't find support here and we get a break below it, look for a potential breakdown below 100,000. But if we do find the support, relatively easy trade up to the 112. You would think it'd be the next target. So you'd be looking for a sequence of higher highs and higher lows and look to trade it up to the 112,000 again as the marker. So really, really good trading on Bitcoin. And I'm hoping a few people caught that short because it was a relatively easy one as well, especially with the target well laid out. Hope everyone's had a great week's trading this week. We've seen some really, really good market action. Earnings season has kicked in now in the US. We're starting to see that. We'll start to see the effects of where the market is going very, very soon. I think early next week, we'll start to see some pretty good movement. So hopefully you've been able to get some good trades this week. Have a fantastic weekend. I look forward to seeing you all next week.